What's happening, people? It's your boy Big Augs, and welcome back to the Voice of the Tune. It's been a while. The international break has been on for the last week and a week and a half. So we've not had any Newcastle United games, but we're back. Newcastle United are back in the Premier League. We kick off this weekend, Easter weekend, against West Ham United in what for me is a difficult and a tricky game. It is what it is. West Ham, they've got a lot of threat going forward. I respect their front three in Paqueta, Kudos, and Bowen. I really respect what David Moyes has done, even though some of the fans, want him out. I think he's done a great job. But for us, we're coming into this game fresh off, a decent rest. Some players featured in the international break. As we know, Bruno played against England, played against Spain, Fabian Schär. I think Emil Kraft had a game for Sweden, and Lewis Miley played for England under 20s, and he ended up getting injured. So, which I'll touch on in a bit. But we tend to do well after international breaks. I've seen that for the last couple, or this year and last year. When there's a break, when we have the rest and players aren't playing every week, there's a time to recover, and hopefully we've managed to do that. We've managed to regain our energy levels, because before this break, I feel like we were just non-existent, man. The defeat to Man City in the FA Cup, we just walked that game. We just walked to defeat. The Chelsea game before then was very disappointing in the league. So, we now just have league games left, because now we're out of the FA Cup. So all the games left is just league games. So we can focus on the league, try and finish as high as possible in what for me is a very inconsistent season, man. Started off well. Champions League came in, started off well, and then injuries happened, and we just couldn't get going after like December. We just couldn't really find a rhythm, and we're still in that place where we're winning games, we're losing games, still unsure as to what performance we're going to see in the team. So there's still a lot of question marks, and probably this game tomorrow against West Ham is an opportunity to put things right, or to start this last run in the best way possible, because I think we play again on Tuesday night against Everton, I think so as well. So 2 home games in a row. So, this is another opportunity to get some points on the board, and because it's very tight in there. We're sitting mid-table, and the teams around us, behind us, they're catching up. And losing to Chelsea for me the other day was not ideal. I done a reaction to that, and I was very disappointed in that performance, man, because I felt like on the day Chelsea were poor, and we just made them look like the old Chelsea. Whereas if we had been good, at least good, we could have got something. So I want to see a better performance, man. I want to see us find that energy that we know that we have, but we just haven't found it in consistently this season. So so I think to able to get the win tomorrow, we need to be good defensively, because West Ham have a lot. Like I mentioned at the start, they got a lot of threat going forward, even in midfield. They got Alvarez in there, James Prowse, Souček. So, but their threat is, Kudos, Paqueta. We need to somehow do a job on Paqueta. It's going to be Bruno versus Paqueta. They're good mates, as we know. Both played together during the week for Brazil. So now they're coming up against each other. So I think, for us to stop West Ham, we need to stop Paqueta. He's the main man. Since he's been back, they've been on a good run of form. They've not lost in 6 games in all competitions. Their last defeat going back in February to Nottingham Forest, away from home. So, they are in good shape, West Ham, if I'm honest with you. And like I said, I've got a lot of respect for David Moyes. So we need to stop Paqueta and Mohamed Kudus and Bowen. So it's a tough ask, especially with Dan Burn playing on left side of defence. I'm not too sure on the fitness of Kieran Trippier, but he didn't feature for England. So I'm not too sure if he's going to be available. So I'm going with the notion that he's out. So based on that, then obviously we're going to have Tino playing right back and Dan Burn playing left back, and it's going to be Kudos versus Dan Burn. And again, that's going to be another area that West Ham are going to target, because they've got the player there to cause them problems. So whoever's playing left mid, Anthony Gordon, needs to help out defensively, because it's going to be Kudos versus Dan Burn, and 1v1. The way Kudus is playing, he's very explosive and he's very direct, and he's going to get at Dan Burn, and that's going to be for us a problem area. So stop Paqueta, Kudus, and Bowen as as difficult as it sounds, that's is what we need to do. And defensively, we don't have our back four because obviously now we know about Botman choosing to go for surgery, and which for me is a blow because he's a key component to our defense. But we've got Lascelles in there, but and also Trippier, who I think might be missing in the game too. So yeah, so defensively we're going to need to be very, very on point, and also in the midfield we're also light in the midfield. I saw a picture the other day, and I saw, certain players are out, certain players are having knocks, and the only probably fit midfielder is Bruno. So again, it's just about putting a team together that's going to play the way Eddie Howe plays, because so many times this season when certain players are missing, for example, Joe Linton and Trippier, key guys are missing in the way we play and the way we attack teams. We've been very unsure about ourselves. It's like we want to press, do we not want to press, and then one goes and then one stays, and then the massive holes and teams pick us apart. So we need everyone to be playing on the same wavelength tomorrow against West Ham, because it's going to be a difficult game, and we need to be better than we've been in the last couple of games. Otherwise, I'll keep it real. If we turn up the way we played against Chelsea and Man City, we're going to lose the game. So we need to be much better, and I do back us to get the win. I think our record against West Ham is decent. Earlier in the season, we got the draw against them, and we beat them last year as well. So we know how to beat West Ham. It's just about on the day. So I think we got the draw last season at home, and then we beat them 5. Scored 5 past them away from home. So I don't see us losing the game, but we can only lose the game if we don't turn up, and I back us to turn up, because we have no choice now, because these next couple of games, these next last, what is it, nine games or 10 games, whatever it is important for us. So we need to be literally on job, because we want to finish as high as possible, and hopefully we can creep in to the top 7 and hopefully sneak into Europa League. I'm still holding on to that, but because it's still possible, and it's still close. No one's really pulling away. So if we win the next 2 games, we can again move ourselves in that picture. So that's what we're aiming for. So the team news, Eddie Howe has been speaking to the media on injuries, and obviously with Lewis Miley being out, as we know, he pulled up injured for England 20. He says we're seeking a specialist on Lewis Miley. He came back with a back problem. It's slightly unclear what injury it is. So some people are saying hamstring, people are saying back, but apparently he's out for 6 weeks. So I expect him not to feature in this game. He's also spoke about Botman. It's a big blow to him. It's a quite complex story about Sven this season since he got his knee injury. So our medical team has advised him to get surgery. He wanted to carry on playing. We try to guide the players, but it's their bodies and they have to make their own decision. So Botman, as we know, is probably be out for the next 9 to 12 months. And yeah, that's just where we find ourselves. Apparently, Joe Willock has a little knock. Longstaff has a little knock. So the midfield, it will be interesting to see what midfield we put out. So the team that I'll play, Dubravka in goal, Livramento if Trippier's not fit, right back, and then obviously Lascelles and Fabian Schär. Shah's been like Mr. President, ever present this season for us, and so he's very key, and I'm glad he didn't get any injuries during the break. Left back Dan Burn reluctantly, but Lewis Hall against Man City had a good game. Not too sure I'd fancy him against Kudus still, because he's going to be doing a lot of defending. So Lewis Hall, for me, I wouldn't play him in this game. I'll play him probably against Everton. In this game, I'll just still go with Dan Burn, even though I know Kudus is a threat, just because Dan Burn has that physical and that mental advantage in terms of defending ahead of Lewis Hall. Centre mids, without knowing who's injured or who's going to play, I'm just going to say Bruno, Longstaff and Willock. Obviously Anderson is still there, so he's back up. He's someone that we can bring on. Lewis Miley, as we know, is out. Tonali, as we know, is still out, and there's been more investigation into his betting. Apparently, he's been betting from August to October last year, whilst he was a Newcastle player. So the FA are looking into him. Hopefully, they say that they're going to treat it as a singular investigation and no further extension to the ban. So we know he's missing. So Midfield again, we're still a bit light in there, but we have energy with Willock and Longstaff. Obviously, Willock's come back from injury and he's not really hit the ball running. You know, he's not really been the Willock that we know. But you know, this is a game to get back into that flow because you've had some time off. And up top, Anthony Gordon, who had a good game for England against Brazil. You know, I think he'll be sharp. And on the right hand side, I'm not too sure about Harvey Barnes. To be fair, is he fit or is he injured? I'm not too sure. But if he is fit, I'll play Harvey Barnes out on the right. And then up top Isak, and obviously we got backup in Almiron and Jacob Murphy to bring on. So there is still a good enough side there to beat West Ham. So that's why I'm confident that we'll get the win. So let me know in the comments what you think the score's going to be, the lineup, how you feeling about this running towards the end of the season, where you think we're going to finish. I think we're going to finish in top 7, hopefully. And yeah, hopefully we can get the win. I'm going to predict a 2-1 win. Killerman, Isak and Anthony Gordon to score. 2-1 win, Newcastle United. That's what I'm going for. It's your boy Big Ogs. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment and to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.